Hi everyone, in this video we're going to be driving the very newly unlocked, for me anyway, the Venom F5. So we finally unlocked the Hennessey Venom F5, and I want to do a live stream to do my very first live reaction to the car that took forever to unlock. So let's begin. Look up Hennessey. And there it is. So there's a car, the very first time getting in. We're going to see if we can explode it and do a little walk around. And then we'll take it out for a spin. So there you go, the doors open up, real cool. We got the stock blue version. Alright. There you go. I like the back of this car better than the Jesco, so I was looking forward to this car just for that reason. Since you spend so much time staring at the back of a car when you're driving around in Forza, in free roam. So it's really nice. It's a very nice looking car in the front too, though. It's beautiful. Huge bridges for those side view mirrors. Take a look. Right, they're just sticking out. And then let's hop in. Ooh, really low. Got really low to the ground. We're gonna close. Alright, and there's a Hennessey wheel. Let me take out everything out of the way so we can see just the wheel in all of its glory. Really cool wheel. It's unique. No top bar. F1 kind of feel. Not a lot of colors though, so that's pretty cool. Keeping it classy with the F5 in the middle. One screen there, one screen in the center console. Vents down below. And a lot of electronics level controls. Alright, paddle shifters you can see. Looking really dope. Alright, so with that, before I go anywhere else, let's go ahead and hop back out. And take a look at the skill mastery and stuff. Let's do all that first. And then we'll also see what other setups are available, and we'll try to see what the current situation looks like in terms of its tuning. Alright, here we go. Alrighty. So let's go down to upgrade and tuning. Car mastery, as you can see, completely untouched. We do get a wheel spin. I don't even have a lot of skill point right now, so I can't really get to the wheel spin, but let's see. It's an instant regular wheel spin. It looks like nothing more, so not all that. So as I drive around, I'll tell the story about me unlocking this, because it was quite the effort that had to go into it to kind of unlock this car. Also in upgrades, let's go ahead and see what kind of tuning setups exist right now. As you can see, the top speed is 303.8 miles per hour. That's about as much I got with the Jesco, but you get a couple more miles if you upgrade it to a Performance Class X. So you can go to 305.6, which is pretty cool. Which I think those couple of miles is what sets it apart from the Jesco, which is not much at all. But that's what it is. Alright, so we're gonna see how this handles and all that comparing to the Jesco. We'll try to do a couple of comparisons as we drive around, but more importantly, I want to share with you the story of how I got around it. The acceleration seems really slow in this one, but in this 304 setup, the acceleration goes a little bit better, but we do lose about half a mile an hour speed in this S2 setup. So we'll play around with the setups afterwards, but I want to just try it stock right now. And when we look at stock, it's 303.8, almost 304 miles per hour to begin with, and 0 to 60 in 2.5, 1817 horsepower. Currently coming with a rear-wheel drive setup and racing suspension and racing tire compound. If you were to go to a bigger setup, you know, with all-wheel drive, it reduces the top speed significantly, but does increase acceleration quite significantly. We'll probably keep it in rear-wheel drive. I don't like rear-wheel drives in this game unless I'm drifting. So maybe there's a drift tune somewhere up ahead. Alright, but this all-wheel drive setup gets us to 304.4. Might be a nice happy medium. Maybe I'll go with this when we come back. But anyway, let's go ahead and take that for a spin. And we'll see how it goes. What's the fuss about with the Venom? Everybody wants this car. The Hennessey Venom. Here we go. Very excited. I've been waiting for this car for so long. So let me tell you the story about how I finally got this car unlocked. Obviously, you know that you unlock this car from the Hot Wheels DLC, which I had. Ooh, and there you go. We're already drifting, huh? All right, hold up. Let me just start here. Stop. All right, here we go. Woo, I'm kind of nervous. Oh my god. The acceleration on this is a lot crazier. From what I remember, the Jesco setup was not as skittish, but I remember the Jesco handling was terrible too. Obviously, it's a really, really super hyper fast car, so obviously the handling is not going to be great at those speeds, but very quickly gets to 225. We're going to do a regular jump in stock. See how much I can push it. 6 speeds. Wow, got to 240 right there. Try to just keep my foot all the way down here. Ooh, no. Had to let it go just a little bit. Okay, 7th gear. We're going. Alright, just slow to accelerate up there. Woo! What do we get? 1970, 1,970 feet is what we got. And we did travel a lot of distance, but the drop was very stable. Alright, so as I drive around, let me tell you the story of unlocking this car. Now, if you don't know how to unlock this car, I don't know where you've been, but you unlock this car through the Hot Wheels DLC. Now, if you have the Hot Wheels DLC, it's its own mini game, mini Forza, but in a Hot Wheels sort of world, fantasy world. Alright, it's very cool if you're into that. I wasn't, so even though when I got the game, I had the Hot Wheels DLC, I never really tried it. I wasn't into it. I wasn't into the whole Hot Wheels setup and loops and all of that. It looked fun, but I was interested in other things, so I never really tried it. Alright, so that's the story there. But finally, when I was like, you know what, this is the only car that's missing from my inventory that is like, you know, one of the celebrity cars. This is a celebrity car. Alongside the Jesco, the Hennessey Venom, these two are the fastest cars in the game, and many people got the Hennessey Venom F5 to go faster than the Jesco. Not by a whole lot, but by a little bit. So I was like, I gotta have this car since it's clearly the fastest car in the game, right? So one day I decided that I'm gonna do the Hot Wheels DLC. Now that Hot Wheels DLC was such a grind. It was really, really grind. It wasn't hard. Alright, oh, lost there. Went a little too crazy. It wasn't hard, that deal. Alright, but it was a grind. A major grind. You know, like about 6 to, I would say anywhere between 6 to 7 hours of play required to get to this car. So basically what you have to do is they have the campaign for Hot Wheels divided into 4 categories. There's obviously the novice. You start with performance class B only. And there's 3 races, and you gotta win those performance class B races. You win those 3 races, a little qualifier unlocks. There's a few other things too, little stunts and stuff you gotta do to kind of earn points. And those points add up to a certain level, and then it lets you, if you pass the qualifier race, it lets you go to basically the next performance class level. All right. I was very cautious, by the way, right now. I didn't try to push the car too much. All right. So in any case, you know, you win the races, you do a couple of stunts, the qualifier unlocks, and then you know you win the qualifier, and then the next performance class races unlock. That is performance class A. And then for performance class A, you got 4 races to beat. And then you repeat the same stuff. You go through all the races. You gotta do, you know, you gotta win all of them, and blah blah blah. You can't just be second place or third place in those, though. You gotta actually win first place in all of those races. And then the qualifier unlocks, then you win the qualifying races. Like I said, none of these were very hard. Some of the races took me maybe 2 or 3 tries. You know, it was a matter of finding the right car to complete those races. But once I found the right car, I was easily able to beat the AI, and I was driving on highly skilled. All right, and it was fine. It wasn't crazy difficult. All right, let me just go to the map. I want to go to the highway to kind of get to that top speed. Let's do that highway route. Okay. So in any case, you know, the races weren't all that bad. A couple of them were difficult, but not by much. You know, I haven't been racing in this game for a long time. I've been only doing like, you know, car reactions, car reviews, tuning cars, drifting, mostly open world stuff. So you know, for me, the racing was an adjustment for a little bit, but not by much. I very quickly caught up, and I did pretty well. All right, so, you know, like I said, it's not difficult, but it was time consuming, and there was lots of races. So you go from performance class B races, there was 3, plus a few other things to accrue all the points, plus you got to do the qualifier, you win that, and now you get new items on the map added to your Hot Wheels map, and performance class A gets unlocked. You got to beat 4 races, do a few more stunts, do a few more drifting, blah, blah, blah. Qualifier unlocked. Get to the qualifier, win that race, performance class S1 unlocked. Now S1 has 5 races. Okay, so they keep on adding a race every time you jump a class. Alright, so once again, you gotta get on the grind. You gotta do all the races, you gotta win all the races, and you know, things get a little bit challenging as they go along, so there's definitely a little bit of that. But like I said, the races, most people who are decent in the game and you play the game enough, you'll be fine in those races. All right, so those are your 5 races. Then after performance class S1, you unlock the qualifier, and then you unlock, you know, performance class S2, and it's not over yet. Performance class S2 has 6 races, a qualifier. Well, not really a qualifier. It has 6 races plus. If you do everything and you get the right amount of points and everything, you unlock the Goliath, the Hot Wheels version of the Goliath race. And Goliath race I was dreading only because I know it's a very long race, right? So I'm not interested in just sitting and just being in this race for 15 minutes, which is what the original Goliath had to do. But in any case, we're at 302 miles per hour, 303 miles per hour. Okay, new personal best, and the highway's kind of ended, and I'm gonna slam into that. All right, let's go the other way. We didn't go past 300 too much, so let me try this way because we have a longer stretch of the highway going this way. All right, here we go. Shift early, so I don't start skidding a little bit. So anyway. So after performance class S2, winning all the races, unlocking the Goliath, beating the Goliath, which again wasn't hard. I think I won it on my first try. No issues at all. Doing that, then you unlock the final mode or tier or level, which is the legendary level, the Hot Wheels Legends level. And in it, there's a mission which says you have to find and drive on every single road in the Hot Wheels map. Oh man,
You have arrived at your destination.
I ruined it. Alright, so now that, if you've stuck through the Hot Wheels DLC that long, you probably have already driven most of the roads, and there's very few left. So by the time I got to it, I had, dang it. By the time I got to it, I had already completed 84% of the roads. So really I had like, I think 6 to 8 roads left that I missed somehow. Alright, and that's very easy to do. You go on the map, you click on it, you fast travel next to it, then you ride over it, and you kind of have to, it's annoying, but you get it done. Alright, I'm gonna go back the other way because that didn't work out either. Alright. This AI traffic while I'm talking is a little bit distracting. Alright, so in any case, you know, you do all that. That didn't take me very long, to be honest with you. Did all my roads, found all the roads, did it real quick, and finally, the car gets unlocked. Man, it was a grind. So really, like I said, it wasn't challenging. The challenging aspect of it was that it's such a grind. You had to do all these races, you had to do all these missions, you had to do all these. And they definitely had some story mode stuff with chapters in it, you know, so you had to do a bunch of that. Not a whole bunch though. I felt like the nice thing about the Hot Wheels DLC was that it wasn't too much. Alright? It was the right amount. They didn't do too much. I'm going about 301 miles an hour, 303, and there you go. I think we're kind of like beating the Jesco right around there, because I think the Jesco stock was doing 303 also. Alright, we're not hitting 304 though, so I'll just stop right there and take us to our final jump. Not final jump. Take us to our runway jump in the Venom. Alright, we got a wheel spin, might as well use that. Let's do it. Ooh, nice. Big bucks. I like that. Alright, let's go back to our campaign map. And let me just fast travel. I don't want to do all this driving. So there you have it. That's how I got the, you know, Hennessey Venom. I feel like a lot of people have obviously, you know, made videos about this, how to get the car unlocked and all of that. I watched a couple of too because in the beginning, because I wasn't doing Hot Wheels at all. I wasn't interested. I didn't know that you were unlocking cars by participating in the Hot Wheels DLC. So when I did do that, when I did watch these videos, I learned, I was like, oh, okay, so I'm missing out on some content that obviously I've paid for and I'm not getting, that's locked up in the Hot Wheels DLC. So I did do that. That's the reason why I kind of went back. This car is really the only reason. And there's one more car, which is also among the hottest cars. Not a lot of people talk about it, but that's another car that I'll come back to. I won't reveal it now, but I'll make a special video for that too. So that's how we got to the Hennessey Venom F5. A lot of people who make videos about this, how to get this car, they tell you that it's easy. And yes, I agree, but I think that's not the full picture. Oh, great. It's getting all over the dirt. So I gotta be careful here. Let me get back. Alright, so I wanted to make this live stream both to test out the car, which, by the way, so far has been awesome. And also to tell you that it's not as simple as, you know, it's easy. Just start driving all the roads, blah, blah, blah. No, there's a lot of work. There's a lot of grind. Alright, that goes into it. So it wasn't as easy to get this car in that way. None of the challenges were hard to do, hard to complete, but they were very time consuming and took a lot to complete. Alright, here we go. Here we go. The Venom is gonna take us across the river. Obviously, I didn't doubt that, and we get 2400 footage. Alright, so the acceleration on this one is stock is slower than the acceleration that I was getting on the Jesco. But I think I tuned up my Jesco also, so it's not a fair comparison. So tell you what, that's what we're gonna do. Let's go to the garage, and now it's time to tune up. So far, it was all stock. We get to do a little inside view also, why not? But now, we're gonna go home, and we're gonna try to tune it up. Let's see if we can find a speedy tune. Something that accelerates real fast that'll get us to that 303 or 304 or 5 top speed that we're trying to go for, because Jesco doesn't give us that. And let's see if we can really get to that number, right? So that's the point of kind of getting this car to get to that top speed, since this is the speediest car in the game. We want to see that. We want to showcase that, and we want to enjoy that. All right, here we go. Let's go home. Let's go home the easy way. All right. The easy way. What's up, Blue? Of course we can play, Lou. Come on in. All right, but right now I'm just reviewing the Hennessey Venom F5, which I finally got. All right. I'm not feeling the blue, to be honest with you. All right. I like the Hennessey yellow also, and I like the red. And I kind of like a darker shade of blue or black. So let's see what kind of color schemes are available. And look, there's a bunch. All right, so we got the orange. All right, that's a cool one too. Reminds me of the McLaren. I like the classic red. Ooh, I like the gray actually a lot. And is this a matte black? All right, I kind of like this. This got that Aston Martin vibes. I really enjoy that. We'll keep that. All right, save the current car and continue. And let's go ahead and tune it up. See if we find something good. All right, that took a while. Upgrades and tunes. Let's find a fast setup. Performance class X would be nice, but I want to go and get off the line. It's already very fast acceleration, but we want to get to that 10. Okay, so this is getting us 306 miles per hour top speed. Guys, this is incredible, and it is an all-wheel drive. Who made that? That's a crazy setup, and it's not even Performance Class X. 0 to 60 in 0.89. Am I even going to be able to control this car? I guess we're about to find out. 305.6. This is a little bit more reasonable. Race and slick tires, all-wheel drive. Handling is a lot better too. I'd much rather have this than trying to get that 306. I might as well get that 305.6 and get a little bit better handling and that all-wheel drive setup instead of a drift suspension. I don't know. Let's try this. Why not? We'll do both. Right, we'll try a bunch of them, and I want to try the drift setup too. I want to see if there's a drift setup. 68,000 Performance Class S2. This is the fastest possible tune available for this car that gets us 306 miles per hour top speed, and that's what we're looking for. So let's go ahead and actually see if it's even drivable. All right, the all-wheel drive should help. I'm gonna try to not floor it. Okay, the visibility is terrible from the front. Let me get back outside. Ooh, look at those flames. Okay, yeah, so the handling is gonna be terrible. It's worse than stock to handle. So this is kind of like probably a good drag setup. Okay. Made that somehow without crashing. Oh, I want to go that way. Oh, these stupid buses. Why do they have buses? I hit it just for fun. This car does feel really fast, and this setup especially when it feels like, to me, the rear of the car is about to spin out any second, unless I manage my speed. Alright, let's go between these trees. I like that this car looks a little bit more aggressive. The rear, woo, looks better to me. I do like the Jesco a lot. I've had a lot of great times with Jesco. But this, you know, it's trying to take the crown, so we gotta give it a go. Sitting around between the trees right there. Let's go. Alright, let's start here. Woo! Okay. Flooring it. See what we can do. See how far we can get. When we get to 300 here, in acceleration, the Jesco would get to 300. This one doesn't. Not on this strip. Alright, so that's interesting. Jesco acceleration is better. This overall speed is better. 2400. Failed jump. But it's going to spin around and get us there. Alright, so this was the fastest accelerating kind of trip, and still we didn't get to our top speed. I want to get to that top speed, so you know what? We'll do all these jumps and all that later, but I want to get to that top speed. Bring me here. Let's get back on the highway. Let's see if we can get to that 305, 6 mark.
You have arrived at your destination.
These guys are destroying the highway here. Let's go. Oh my god. What was that? Alright, come on, come on. Let me get there before I crash. 305, there you go. 305 miles per hour, fellas. 306, the fastest I've ever gone in any car in this game. Oh, great. Oh, great. Okay, 306 miles per hour, that was pretty sweet. Alright, that was pretty sweet. Oh, I wish I had the speedometer on this one. That would have been nice. Hold on, let me see if I can do that. Alright, so let me see if I can crop this down to kind of setting up my screen right here. Hold on. Let me see if that works. Okay. 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 Okay, I think we got it. So we'll keep that there. And we're going to do another round so you can see the speed also. Do we see? I'm just checking my... Alright, I think I got the speedometer pretty nice in there. Yeah, we can see it. Alright, hold on, let's go. Am I on the wrong side? Yes. Let's go. Alright, here we go. Try to get that 306 number again. This is the cursed side of the highway, though. I always get messed up by the traffic here. Going this way, I always mess up. Alright, 305, 306, there you go, new personal best. Dang, take that, Jesco. Took the crown. The Hennessey Venom F5 takes the crown. Point proven. Point taken. We got it. We're faster. But not accelerating faster. And woo! Look at that. Going 300 miles an hour. And we're here. Beautiful. Alright, there you go. I think the bottom and the top of my speedometer are kind of chopped off, so I'm going to work on that for our next video. Right now, I'm just going to keep it the way it is. You get the point. Just had to set that up real quick. All right, here we go. Next up, we need to go back home, and we're going to need to get that other tuning setup, which we are going to try a better handling setup, right? So let me do that one more time. This is the one we have. Alright, so this one seems to be the one. Let's get that one downloaded also. Alright, and then I need another tuning setup to see if somebody got a drift setup going in this. So let's look up a drift setup. And in the drift setup, that looks promising. Let's download that real quick. Alright, let's start with the drift setup, and then we'll test out that last one if we have some more time. Here you go. Settings changing to drift. Okay, we'll work with that. Okay, drifter. One of the fastest car in the game is drifting. What more can you ask? Alright, let's go up this zone right here. Alright, still a little bit too drippy for my taste. Yeah. Adjusting really fast. Ooh, knock down the flag. Okay. Not the best, but... Oh, what the heck? Why did that car immediately turn into a non-ghost? A little too much. It is very, very powerful. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, it's gonna take me a minute to get used to this thing. Definitely not the smoothest drift operator. But it works. It definitely works. And it is still very speedy. Look at that. Woo! Woo! We got 7 speeds, but yeah, there you go. I don't think it's getting anywhere close to 300 in terms of acceleration right now. But it does launch. 1,789 we got. I want to see what I can do here in that, on that drift track that we always go to right here. Very nice. Okay, so drift-wise, there's definitely a lot of work to be done here. Okay, there's a lot of potential. I just gotta, you know, learn the car. Just gotta learn the car. Gotta learn the car. Every car is different. Venom F5. There you go. I think it's nice. Definitely a lot of fun. Alright, Venom F5. Drift. Let me go low speeds down here. Yeah, there you go. Oh, there's a drift zone right there we can try. Never really tried this drift zone. There you go, one shot.
You have arrived at your destination.
Well, man, this thing is nice. Ah, broke the drift.
You have arrived at your destination. arrived at your destination.
That's the Venom. Okay. Respect. All right. Really great car. Let's go to our last attempt towards the bridge, but I'm going to get back into the right tuning setup for that. We need that better handling when we're going in for those barrels, because we didn't do the barrel jump, and we always do the barrel jump. Let me get to my tunes now, since we already set them all up here. This is a 302 stock, 306 with 1.4. This is 306 with 0.8 but turbo handling, so we'll keep the handling score high. Performance class X is what we're going with. We're gonna load the tune up, drive this thing over there, and see what we do. Try to do a couple of barrels. All right, 306 miles per hour we were able to drive. You know what? While we're here, let me go to the Jesco and see if there's any new tunes there that come close. I mean, it's already so close. What are we talking about? Alright, that's my Jesco Performance Class X. Speed, handling, acceleration, launch, braking are all the way up there. Let's hop into this real quick. We'll do a comparison over there, but I want to see if there's any tuning setups that I might have missed that we don't have right now. Instead of drift, we want to get off the line just like the other. Alright, so this one gets to 300. My current setup gets me at 304.8. So, just a mild difference in speed, right? 304.8 I got already, 304.7, 284, 305.5. Literally, basically gets you to that speed. You know, these cars are neck and neck. There's not a lot of difference here. But this one, you could probably drift this. It's got a rally slick rear wheel drive setup, but you know, can get you 3.5, 305.5. The acceleration is not as good though, so I don't think we're gonna catch the speed that we need to catch, because 0 to 60 is real slow. All right, so this is a speedier setup, but the overall is very slow. Yeah, a few pounds lighter though. My current setup 2954. All right, so yeah, this is 2972, 2951. I mean, my current setup is probably the best one. The car is a bit heavy with 2954 pounds. All right, so we could probably get something better like this is still not better. This is better, pretty much all around, but the top speed goes way down below 300. Yeah, this might be better, but the top speed is only 301. So not a lot of alternatives to what we got going on there. All right, my original still is a pretty good setup. My current setup. All right, this one actually could be better because nothing changes except my 0 to 60 goes up. And yeah, let me try this setup. This setup might be a little bit better in terms of acceleration, and sometimes that makes a big difference, because neither of these cars is going to hit you know, the 300 mark, because the runway jump is just not that long. All right, so my tuning setups here, 304, we got 1, we got 308, 304.7, 304.9. That's the all-wheel drive. And it's lighter. So 304.8. 304.9. 304.9 is, I don't know, it's faster, but 5 points heavier, 5 pounds heavier. All right. So right now, this is the one we're going with. 2972, 2954. It gets a lot heavier though with this performance class S2 setup. So it's not gonna fly us through very well. I mean, it's just about 25 pounds or so. Yeah, let's stick to this one. Alright, I feel like this one is the one we got. So that's the one we'll have for the Jesco. Now let's head back into our Venom. And get out of this drift setup. We don't want that. This is the one we wanted. Right here. Okay, pretty well matched setups. You know, the Venom has 1 mile over the Jesco, so it's not a whole lot of speed difference. All right, here we go. Let's drive it over to our final jump. Woo! That all-wheel drive is real nice, right? My steering is still not sporty. I just switched it. Now we're good. Let's go. Now you can see the speedometer also. Woo! Little jump. Blazing right through. Nice brakes. Very nice. This I can get used to. Feels real good. This reminds me of the Fanatec. The CS, whatever it is. Very grippy. This feels real grippy, which I appreciate. At these speeds, if you can keep the car on the road, it adds a lot more to your joy than constantly crashing and slipping off. Right? You don't want any of that. There you go. We're going to do a little Jesco versus Venom right here too. We'll see what we can do. Starting from the fence. There you go, right behind the fence. We'll start both cars around the same. Alright, straight jump first. We're just going to compare the straight jumps. Hennessey Venom F5. Straight jump, runway jump on the river. Alright, that was a nice entry onto the ramp. 2472. Felt heavy. This car might just be heavier than the Jesco. Jesco, I don't remember being so heavy. 2472. Right, that was the mileage we got. Hold on. I want to see. Yeah, 2472. Just wanted to remember that number. I got distracted. I wanted to catch my replay. Alright, 2472. We're going to hop back into the Jesco and see how the Jessica does in terms of air time. Does the car weight and all that, you know, make a difference? Okay. We'll try that at least. Woo! Alright, I gotta stop trying. Alright, Jesco it is. This is Jesco time. Right behind the fence. Switch. Let's go. All right. Let me peep back real quick. We started right behind the fence, right? Right here. Let's go. Woo! There you go. This does feel like it accelerates faster. Okay, that was a nice launch also. Oh yeah, it beats 3,000. New personal best. So it beats the Venom F5 by a mile when it comes to, I guess, weight and air time. That was pretty incredible. All right, let me not go back and be a submarine here. Let me go above the bridge. So there you have it. I think Jessica still is the winner in terms of just like fast acceleration and getting to that top speed quicker. But I guess in a longer race, with a long, like, I guess, you know, straight race, a very specific context, the Venom F5 would be faster. It has a higher top speed, that's all it is. It's not faster, technically, I guess. You can say it has a higher top speed, but that doesn't mean it's faster. So, Jesco, I think, remains faster, and the travel through air time, that's just incredible. It just did so much better by a whole lot, like 600 feet more than what we got with the Venom, right? So the Jesco still is king, or queen, whatever you want to call it. Bomb. Okay, there we go. Alright, getting back into our Venom. Alright, because we gotta do a barrel roll. That's a tradition in all the videos. We come down here, we do the barrel roll. So let's go. Let's do the barrel. First barrel with the Venom. Yeah, so the acceleration up to this point feels pretty comparable. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty comparable. It's hard to differentiate between the two. Woo! First barrel ever in the Venom. And it's very smooth. And we cross the river even doing a barrel. That's always amazing. Alright, cars that can do that, there's not many. Jesco's the only other one. Maybe that BMW iX I just did a live on, that one can do it. Possibly. Because that crossed the river is the only SUV that could do it. The only SUV that also crossed the river. So that BMW iX, that electric, that EV BMW, man, that thing was amazing. Alright, so there you go. We're going to try to land on the bridge next, see what we can do, and it's typical. It's getting nighttime now. Ooh, another one? Another one? Alright. There you go. Perfect. Let's go. Alright, this time the goal is to try to land on the bridge. We'll see. Takes me forever to do that. Okay. Nah. Didn't get a full barrel in. The alignment was way off. And you can see, right? That one just didn't. These cars are moving so fast, it's very hard to align it properly. But we'll try a few times, why not? I do like this tuning setup, by the way. This tuning setup that we just got on with the all-wheel drive, and the handling went up to like 8 point something. This feels good. Keep on trying those 360 balls. Gotta get one of those down. There you go. Got it. Okay. It takes a little time getting used to it, but here we are. Alright. Now let's get this barrel down so that we can get on the bridge. So going on the bridge, speed doesn't matter as much as obviously the alignment of the car to the ramp, how you enter the ramp, how you leave the ramp. That usually is a good setup, but it looks like I'm missing it by an inch. Ooh, come on. Yeah, that was pretty good. Okay, as far as from experience, you know, I've done these jumps so many times. That I'm bummed that didn't make it work. I should have done it. Or I guess I should say I wish that would have done it. Here we go again. Shall keep trying. No! Oh man. Alright, here we go. Back at it. Pretty far out to the left now, so I've added the angle that I feel like we're missing. Hopefully we'll get it from there. That was really a lot. Alright, yeah, it's gonna go far right now. That was too much. Now we're on the other side of the road. So yeah, that felt like I went a little too crazy with it. But somewhere in between lies the recipe. So, two tries. Let's see what we can do. Meanwhile, we're gonna enjoy this car. Hennessey Venom F5. There we have it. Woo! Let's try a 360 in this view. Okay. Man, that view is crazy. This first-person view sometimes is just nuts. I have a widescreen also, an ultra-wide screen, so it's extra special. All right, here we go. Another try. And the stars are out. That's the ramp swerve. I had to go up the ramp a little bit more, but I just fell off the ramp earlier than I should. And every time there's like a new complication. Sometimes you get worse over time. As many attempts as you try, every try gets worse and worse before you finally get it. It's crazy. I have spent way too many hours actually with every progress drive. I'm quite experienced with it. Alright, here we go. One more time. Alright. This lane right here is the lane to be in. Just when to turn right. Alright. That felt pretty good. Nope. Ooh. Man, we got pretty close a couple of times. Just haven't gotten to the end. But this jump is fun every time, so it doesn't matter. Is it morning time already? What's happening? Is the game trying to change the time of day? It's early dawn? What's happening? I'm glad that the night time kind of went away as quickly as it did. Not complaining about that. Alright, here we go. Early morning. How do we do? How did we do? Again, it's like the same exact thing. It's the same exact thing twice, pretty much. I guess we gotta go a little sharper into the ramp. Let's see, I don't know. Okay, like, so far, doing a pretty decent job of getting on the ramp. Talking inches. An inch here, an inch there, makes a difference. How do we do? Did I? Ooh! Oh my god. That's the closest we got. Oh, sorry. What happened there? Who did that? sun is fully out now. Get out of the way, tired. Alright, so this line that I was holding was actually pretty good. Right here. That is way too much. That's not gonna do it. Yeah, way too much. Alright, let's go. Car does look pretty back. And inside. Woo! Look at the side view mirror sticking out so far. It's like a whole bridge between the mirror and the car. Oh, way too far again? Is that what happened? Ooh. Man, I can't find that middle spot. It's like either too far to the right, too far to the left. Just missing the bridge every time. Gotta find that line. Earning some credits, some skill points at least. That's good. We need those. I have nothing. I literally had 0 when I got this car. I got it. Here we go. All right. Little too much? Yeah. Not a little too much, way too much. off-roading. Trying to land on the bridge. Let's see what we can do. Very fast car, the fastest, well, the car with the highest top speed in the game. Let's just put it that way. Oh no! Lots of smoke. Okay, here we go. Didn't even do a barrel. Whatever that is. Okay. Turn around. Always a car passing by when I'm coming up. Same exact stuff. Car behavior, the AI car behavior in this game has to change. I say that in every video. You know what? Let's try a reverse thing. If this doesn't work, that'll be it. I'm gonna have it drive back and forth. That wouldn't do it though. How did that do? Upside down. And we on it. There you go. Finally did it. Thanks for that reverse functionality. The first time I tried the reverse thing, it worked. It wasn't a perfect barrel, but we landed on the bridge with the Venom F5. Look at that. We can now finally end our live stream. Alright, I do want to kind of go back and get my drift setup on because I like to end with the drift. What else can we get here? This. Yeah, baby, get that wheel spin. And we got the Raptor. I already have it. Sell it. Get some money. Get that. Alright, let's head on back out to home. Alright, get that drift setup on it. And we're going to try to crush some drifting on this. Let's go. Crush some drift zones. No, not this. My tuning setups that I have for drifting. This one. Load it up, baby. Here we go. Alright. Change my settings. Zone coming up. We already tried it, but we're gonna try one more time here. Woo! bad for a Venom. Not bad for a car that goes 306 miles per hour. Alright, let's do another drift zone. Which one are we gonna do? Let's go by the river. This one right here. Yeah, that one's a good one. Let's fast travel there. A lot of bendy roads here.
Turn left.
Where are you taking me? This is what I signed up for? What road is this?
You have arrived at your
that's just like
destination.
a viewpoint, somebody's backyard. Alright, let's get back on there. Because our drift zone is right there. And that's what I was looking for anyway. Catches speed so fast, I have to keep hand on the e-brake, my handbrake, so I can slow it down. Oh, see. I let go for a second getting comfortable, and it was a mistake. Oh my god, what a disaster. What a disaster. We'll try from the other side. Maybe let me try third gear. It still just handles too nice, and that's part of the issue. It grips back very quickly and it makes it hard to drift. Crushed it there. There you go. My line was wrong. Not bad. That was a lot of fun. So we'll end on that note, but we got a lot of points there. It's a lot of fun. Had a good time. So that's the Hennessey Venom. What did I do? The Hennessey Venom F5. There you go. Nice looking car, inside and outside. Really, really dope. We had a great time. I reached my highest top speed with this car just now in this video, 306 miles per hour. I mean, really can't beat it in terms of top speed. but the Jesco is still lighter and accelerates a bit faster. So the Jesco maybe cannot be outplayed or dethroned from its speediness, its quickness. But this one does have a higher top speed, all right, which we were able to get to. And the Jesco comes to 305.5 miles per hour in its fastest tune, but never gets to that 306, and this one did. And on the highway, we were able to achieve that, and we're able to experience that, so that was pretty cool. But anyway, let me know what you think about this, and hope you enjoyed. Thanks for joining in to those of us who were able to come, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.